If you believe in passionate wrestling analysis that digs deeper into the storytelling and character psychology that makes WWE compelling, please hit that subscribe button and ring the notification right now. You're about to witness why the backstage chaos brewing around Seth Rollins matters far more than a simple argument between two superstars. The moment is electric. Seth Rollins, a man who has spent years navigating the treacherous landscape of championship ambition and personal redemption, finds himself at a crossroads. Paul Heyman stands opposite him, and in that exchange, everything you need to understand about the next chapter of WWE's power structure becomes crystal clear. This isn't just about anger or ego. This is about control, influence, and the question of who truly shapes the future of Raw. When you look at Seth Rollins in this moment, you're looking at a competitor who understands the game better than almost anyone on the roster. He's held championships. He's main event WrestleManias. He's felt the weight of expectation and the burden of proving himself worthy of main event status repeatedly. But what makes Seth dangerous isn't just his in-ring ability or his striking prowess. It's his psychological edge. He knows how to get inside people's heads. He knows how to manipulate situations. And he absolutely knows the value of having someone like Paul Heyman in your corner, which makes his confrontation with the legendary manager all the more significant. Paul Heyman has been the voice behind some of the biggest stars in WWE history. He's guided Roman Reigns, he's counseled Brock Lesnar, and his ability to articulate vision and strategy is unmatched. When Paul speaks, he speaks with the weight of decades of experience in professional wrestling. His mere presence beside a superstar elevates them. His confidence becomes their confidence. But here's the crucial element that makes this particular moment so compelling. What happens when a top-tier talent like Seth Rollins, someone who already understands the game at an elite level, decides he's not going to be guided? What happens when someone with Seth's intelligence and edge recognizes that he might not need Heyman's voice, or worse, that Heyman's influence might be holding him back? The confrontation between them represents a fracture point. In professional wrestling, these fracture points matter because they redirect entire storylines. They create the conditions for new alliances, new rivalries, and new power structures to emerge. The backstage environment becomes crucial here because it's where real control is established. It's where whispers of dissent become foundation cracks in larger structures. Now enter Femi and Bron Breakker. These two names represent the future in very different ways. Femi is a rising force of nature, someone with the physical tools and the aura that suggests main event potential. He's not just big. He's imposing in a way that changes the calculus of any interaction. When Femi is present, everyone knows he's present. Bron Breakker, meanwhile, carries the weight of legacy. He's a breaker, and that name alone commands respect in professional wrestling. He's proven he belongs in main event conversations. He's got the intensity, the presence, and the hunger that separates rising stars from generational talents. When both of these competitors begin closing in on the same space where Seth and Heyman are already at odds, you have the makings of genuine chaos. And chaos is opportunity. Chaos is where new dynamics form. The question becomes this: is Seth positioning himself as someone who should be aligned with these rising forces, or is he positioning himself in opposition to them? Is Paul Heyman trying to broker some arrangement, or is his presence actually complicating Seth's ability to establish himself as the power player he needs to be? The beauty of this scenario, from a narrative perspective, is that it addresses something fundamental in professional wrestling storytelling. Nobody operates in isolation. Nobody rises to the top without dealing with the ecosystem around them. Seth Rollins didn't reach championship status by accident, but his journey has always involved navigating complex relationships. Heyman represents one form of that complexity. The arrival of Femi and Bron Breakker represents another. These are young forces with their own ambitions, their own hunger, and their own potential claim on opportunities that Seth still covets. What makes backstage chaos so compelling is that it bleeds directly into on-screen competition. Every interaction, every alliance, every fracture that happens behind the curtain has consequences when those competitors step into the ring. If Seth and Heyman are at odds, that creates vulnerability. If Femi is rising and Bron Breakker is aggressive, they'll exploit that vulnerability. If Paul is trying to manage multiple relationships or navigate a situation where his influence is being questioned, that changes how he operates and who he aligns with.